Okay, today we are going to be scraping Clark County in Nevada. We are going to be scraping the assessor page. So why do we want to scrape the assessor page, or why would we be interested? Well, you can get all of the parcels in Clark County. You can get owner, their address, and some other relevant information. In fact, let's just test this out and see. So we can, if we just enter a street name, we get all of the addresses on that street. And so then when we click into the parcel number, owner, mailing address, you can see, is this owner occupied or is this likely a rental? So in this case, looks like that might be a rental. You can see, I think, how it's zoned. So then you could see if this is a single family residence or something else. Yeah, land use, general commercial. So yeah, it's a retail store, so it's not, doesn't apply. But you get the basic idea. You can compare the mailing address and the owner address to see for single family homes if it's owner occupied. Then you have primary residential structure. So you could send mailers to these people. You could skip trace and find phone numbers and possibly emails, which I can do for you if you need. So yeah, great information. But if you want to get all of them manually, that's obviously, or with a VA, which I guess is the same thing. It's going to take a long time. So we want to just we want to automate this with a computer and get accurate information, or get, the exact information, and obviously takes way less time. And yeah, you can find ownership history. Really interesting that in Clark County you can find neighborhood sales. Not sure why that's relevant, but really cool feature. Aerial view, yeah, building sketch, super cool stuff. So let's go ahead and scrape it. So they use ASP.NET, and yeah, it's a little bit tricky. They got me a little bit, but learned a lot from this one. This is a great one to scrape if you're trying to learn how to scrape ASP.NET sites, which most government software uses. So let's get right into it. If you want a list of street names, you can Google Clark County street names, and you can just get a big list, because what's that? Yeah, like I already mentioned, what that is going to enable is that it gives you all of the parcels on that street, which is kind of interesting. And you don't want to enter like drive or court or something. You're not going to get any results. You just want like the base name. So anyway, we're coming here. Open up the network tab, the dev tools as usual. We are going to submit and see what happens. So they're obviously using ASP.NET. You can see they have the ASP prefix, and they have this nasty stuff here. View state, event target, event validation. Yeah, which is a pain, but is pretty easy to get around or to use. The reason they use this is so, yeah, you don't have bot scraping, but it's so easy to get this information. And then that returns HTML, returns the payload there. So yeah, that's exactly what we want, is this call here. Notice that when you paginate, nothing happens in the URL. So they're keeping track of this state all like on the server with that view, and that view state key, wherever that is, they send it up for each request. And that's going to keep track of which page you're on. So we need to include that view state. So let's go back. Darn it. Let's go back to the very beginning, because we need the first thing. And we submit. And we're just going to copy this as node fetch. Yeah, and I already have this done, so whatever. But let's just do this for the heck of it. No. Oh, what in the world? So maybe we'll try to write this newly. So we have try. And for some reason, the auto stuff is not working in VS Code. So we have copy as node fetch. Res equals 08 fetch. HTML And I already have the parser written for the results, so let's get results equals parse search results and return results. And so this is just static. It's just going to work with this boulder one that we have here. So let's go ahead and try to use this one. This is driving me nuts. Yeah, where's the autocomplete? Absolutely driving me insane. Like, where's prettier? Like, something is going on, man. Okay, sorry, little technical difficulties there. So we're going to be in this new page demo.js. So anyway, we just copy and pasted the request that we got. So this is fetch here, and we're just going to test to see if this works. Boom. So that works in parsing the search page just using Cheerio. And thankfully, oh yeah, so we're just getting the address, city, and parcel number, which is pretty easy. I think this is just a table. So yeah, you just get all the TRs, the table rows, and then the TD, like the 0th TD, first and second, to get all the information that you need, which is the link to the parcel number that we want. So then what we are going to want to do is get different streets and obviously the different pages as well. So this is just the first page of the Boulder one, but it looks like it is working. So then we have this body here. So if we go ahead and check this out, oh, I want the entire thing. So we're going to make a new variable called body and just stuff all of that right there. So where do we get these? Last focus, event target, so those are actually blank right now, but view state, yeah, where do we get that information? And let's see, to make it even easier, then let us we should just make the body equals, and yeah, we're just going to make the body an object to make it really easy for us. An argument. And you know what? We don't care about any of that right now because we're going to fetch it later. Validation, text search. So let's see what we have there. Text number, last direction. We don't have that one though. Last direction, which is unspecified. Yeah, these are actually really terrible. They didn't get any of them correct. Text number is nothing. unspecified, text name boulder, specify. Okay. So now let's say we want to get this view state generator. How are we going to get that? So what you have to know about submitting forms in especially old school systems or like old school way of doing things, everything was submitted with a form. And where you find these things is within their hidden inputs within the form. So here we have all the stuff that we need. So it's just input type hidden, has these names, the IDs are the same, and then the values that we need. So those values are just stuck into the request. So then it supposedly can't be, a human. These are here to make it so a human is supposed to, or that the server recognizes like, oh, this is a human that's actually making the request. But as we can see, we can, as we will see, we can fake that request. So, or just grab these items here. So how we do that is we just need to make a request. Res1, await Axios, import that. We just need to make a request to the main page. Then just get those elements. Oh, thank you very much. I think that's all we need. Event validation. Where? Oh, yeah. We need that one. There we go. The event validation. I think that's all that we need. Yep, so then we just put it on the body and let's test to see if that works. For Clark. No, it didn't work. Let's get rid of the session ID, see if that will work. View, save, generate. Yeah, this might not be correct what we're doing right here. Oh, yeah. You know what? You know why that's incorrect? Because we need to encode, or at least potentially, yeah, we need to encode URI component before we send it up. Dadgummit. Let's log the body and see what's going on. So we are getting those correct things. Last focus, event target. Event argument, view state, generator, text number. It's nothing. Last direction is unspecified. And button is submit. And I've tested this before, so I know we don't need a cookie. Encode URI component. Maybe we don't need to stringify it. No, that doesn't work either. Okay, pause. Okay, I figured out the problem. So using an object, you can't do that. So I was trying to avoid this because it looks nasty, but it is what it is. Looks like that's what you have to do. So you need to make that so body needs to be a string. So when we just copy as node fetch, and then it's already going to be a string here, so you just need to interpolate everything. So yeah, just like before, then you grab view state, the view state generator, event validation, and then you in the string, so we have event argument, and we encode URI component, page number. I guess we'll do that later, like view state, yeah, right here, view state generator, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, then that worked. Then you just pass the body as is instead of like stringifying and encoding the URI component there. And you just encode URI component for each one. So then that will work, as we can see here. Boom. So we still get the first page. Now, yeah, what if we changed the street to, let's say, Bayberry. Boom. So that works. So it's now like not, so it's dynamic. It'll, yeah, whatever we change, then boom, it'll change. Now the problem here is the street numbers. That gets a little bit tricky because you can't just paginate by passing in, let's see what happens here. And so what's new? Well, the event target is now GV list, which it was blank before, and event target is this page 2, which was blank before. And you can't just pass in those two arguments and it'll work because it requires this view state. If you don't pass in the new view state, then it won't get updated. An error will be thrown. Oh, move that, please. Oh, so annoying. Okay. Now, but how you, so yeah, the question is then how do you get that new view state key? And we actually can't use this old one because it's stale. They'll pass a new one in on the new request, or a new one will be provided in that new HTML that is requested. So here is for page 1, and they're returning us the items that we want, but they're also going to return, hold on a second, boom, the view state, the event argument, and event target. Or I guess we don't need those. I think the only thing we really need is the view state, but I capture all of it anyway, just in case. If we have event validation, where is that? Yeah, so you still need all of that, event generator, blah, blah, blah. So that is returned in the HTML that they gave us. So here we're fetching the first page of results, but it's also going to give us all of this new view state that we need. So then we just have to pull those things off. And it gets a little bit confusing here. So I have this function here, and yeah, so that's what I did last time. So these, instead of consts, are going to be lets, because we're going to reassign them. So if we want a new page, then we're going to have a while loop, which I think is going to be like right before we make the call. So while, and we're going to have results.length. So while there are results, stop with the autocomplete. Then we're going to continue to run this. And so results now needs to be a like top level variable results. And I think I have to enter in something, yeah, to get it to work. For this initial, for it to initially fire off and work, then I need that there. So results equals that, and then if we want to get all of them, we need a all variable. So then all that push results. And then we need to increment the page number. Boom. Yep, exactly. This is why I love what is this thing called? Copilot. Because it kind of knows what we need it to do, which is amazing. So then we're going to reassign those things. Boom. And then the body, yeah, we actually want the body in here, which is just so disgusting and looks horrible, but is what it is. And then we actually want to put this all, because we're, paginating. We're going to want to put all this into a separate function. Get search results. And then we're going to pass in page equals 1. We're going to have a try catch. Paste all of that in, and then return all. Then, I know we're missing a bunch of things. So this little logic here, notice that when we paginate, then there's none of this text number, text name. So the text name is the street that we're looking for, but that doesn't exist here. So we don't actually have to pass that. So let me show you here. So we're searching for Boulder, and on this first request, we have all of these things: text number, last direction, text name, all of this. And this is important because if you don't do this, then it's not going to work. So on the first request, we need all that information. But on the second request, when we paginate, it's gone. We don't include that. And on the second request, the event target is now GV list, and then the event argument is page, and then whatever page that we're on. So what I do is, if we're on page 1, then append this stuff to the body. Else, just leave that stuff. So let's see if it works. Let's just run a for loop. And let's just run it like 3, wait, we don't need, I actually didn't need to do that because we're just getting, we're getting all of the results for this certain page, right? Yeah, I actually didn't need to put that into another function right now. Oops. Well, let's just see what happens here. And let's log the page number to see what is going on. Log page number, let's do that up here. I will be damned. I think that it's freaking working. 565. And so the reason we need this while loop obviously is to paginate while there are more results than keep going. And then if there are no results, then obviously, return it. Then we know we're done. Don't keep going. And I think we got everything. Incredible. And this goes on for, I think it says when I logged the page number. So this goes on for 26 pages. Amazing. So it's done. Boom. And then to go into the individual pages, actually, if we want to, let's try and do this like Bay Cliff. Let's try to do a new street. Oh, I hate this. Oh my Lord. Bay Cliff. There's probably one named Bay Cliff. Boom. Oh my Lord, that is beautiful. Mwah! So then, you just loop through the streets and it's like instantaneous, amazing. And then obviously to get the individual page, like the parcel, then this is actually much easier because it actually gives you So in the query parameters, you just pass in the parcel number, which is incredible. And yeah, so much easier than what we were having to do before. But I think there might have been something like interesting with that. No, you just pass in the parcel number. So I just make an Axios call, pass in the parcel number, and then they make everything super, super nice and easy to find. Thank goodness. So all of these things have IDs on them, which must have been a pain if you're a developer to put IDs on all of them. I don't know why you would put IDs on absolutely every line. Yep. But it makes it so easy to parse for us. So thank goodness. That's kind of it. So big takeaways is you need those view state generator things from ASP.NET. And then each time you make a call to get the search results, you just pass in the new variables, the new view state generator and event validation. And then you don't have to use Puppeteer or Selenium. And using those, it's just more of a pain in the butt because it can break frequently. It's a lot slower. So using just the actual APIs that they're using is what you want to do. And it's so fast, like you saw right here. Like, oh, let's run this one more time. Oof. Woo! So fast. So if you need this, if you need Cook County scraped or any other county, then hit me up, Adrian@countypropertydata.com. So this is my website, countypropertydata.com. And yeah, thanks.